Ayo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome in to Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm the host of CHGO Bets Daily, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the Bets account on Twitter at CHGO_Bets. And I am joined, as always, by the best co-host in the world, Delmetrics, the guy who is the best bettor that I know, and I only know 2 people. It's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO.
He says nice things and insults me all at the same time.
I'm not trying to insult you. I just don't go outside.
I don't go outside.
Like, I guess I know 2 other people, and no offense, Steven is a better gambler, but I'm just connecting that now.
He is a better gambler than me.
I was trying to compliment you by saying the 2 people I know is you and I suck at betting.
Okay.
Hey, Cody, you're here. You've been on this show for a bit, right? How long have you been doing this show for?
Since March.
Okay. All right. So you know that we do the bank. Here. We have the bank feature about this show. Not a lot of shows do this. Not a lot of shows are so transparent with what they're betting. They use odd terms like units. We use
units,
cash.
dude.
We use cash money. What's important, Cody, is when you have a bank to keep it full, to have money in that bank. Maybe you need some bread, maybe you need some eggs, maybe you need to bet on the home run derby. What you shouldn't do is lose all the money, because then you won't be able to buy that eggs, that bread, and I'm alluding to I'm busted. I have no money.
How are you busted?
Again.
The White Sox had such a good weekend, and I know you bet on them.
I don't know. Should we recap? Because I honestly, I just bet and kept losing and losing. Well, here's the one
I even
thing.
took Cease strikeouts yesterday.
Well, I made money on that one, too.
That was like one. Never a doubt, too. It was plus money on
the guy's going for the
MLB
MLB lead. He's going to hammer the over on that.
I mean, I could cash out my AL Central bet right now. I mean, I could get 11.21 on that. I put down 11.52, so I'm losing money. But right now the odds are 130, so I'd still get it for plus money. So maybe, but I put a 50-cent 5-leg parlay down, and 3 of the 5 hit. White Sox minus 1.5, but Lance Lynn that was the game they lost. They lost one game. I bet on them. They lost. Rory outright winner. He lost too. Yeah, he didn't win that one.
That one was close.
I did win Michael Kopech. I bet the game Michael Kopech pitched plus 120. I won $1 and 220, but then I just put it on fucking Rory. So there you go. And then I had a 3-leg same game parlay, lost that. I did bet on the Twins on Thursday. So that was the one thing. I did bet against the Twins, and they lost. And then I bet on the Sox, they won. And then I bet on the Sox, and they lost. So, and then I bet on Rory, and he lost. So that's how I lost my money, Cody.
Okay. All right. Well,
we just cut open all the wounds.
Sorry.
Great.
I mean, I just assumed you would have put it all on Dylan Cease yesterday. Like I said, I've been correct for 2 straight Dylan Cease starts. He didn't make the All-Star team. There's nothing but pain coming for me in the year of our Lord 2022. So, of course, he's going to remind me that the Cubs traded him for Jose Quintana every 5th day. So, to me, I'm betting everything on Dylan Cease every 5th start the rest of the season because he didn't make the All-Star team. It's the Jordan, and I took it personally meme. That's Dylan Cease.
It's the Jake Arrieta shit. He's going to be on that Jake Arrieta shit. He found a new pitch. This slider is insane. He's using it to his max ability. He's going to win the Cy Young. And I think there's
1,400 right now, Cody.
Well, we're going to have a little futures
I kind of
bet,
like that.
Coming up. Plus 1,400. The guy's had like a .47 ERA in his last 10 starts.
Jake Arrieta won the Cy Young when he didn't make the All-Star team that year. He was a snub that year, in my opinion.
They have that in common.
Right.
Robbie Ray did it
He
last
also
year,
had
too.
the most insane second half in baseball history, but still, though, Dylan Cease deserves to be in the All-Star game. Surprised he's still not. As far as I'm concerned, he still didn't get the invite. No one got hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just pitched yesterday, so he just wouldn't be available to pitch anyway. So that's kind of the thing. Hey, we're bringing up Jake Arrieta. We're bringing up Chris Robbie Ray. We're bringing up Dylan Cease. Rick Porcello felt the same way. Rick Porcello also wasn't an All-Star when he was a Cy Young. And we had that Rick Porcello era that we all remember was so dominant.
One of those things is not like the other here. We're talking about Jake Arrieta, Robbie Ray, even Dylan Cease, and then Rick Porcello gets dropped in the chat.
Here's the thing. Dylan Cease doesn't have one thing in common. What does Dylan Cease not have in common with Rick Porcello, Robbie Ray, and Jake Arrieta?
Does he not have in common?
Just that one award, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Cy Young. Yeah. So put some respect on Rick Porcello's name, my friend. That is the 2016 AL Cy Young.
On Rick Porcello.
3.15 ERA. Why? Anyways, today's the Home Run Derby. It is a great, great day. It's honestly a holiday. There's going to be a power hour later for PointsBet, the Home Run Derby. You can get some boosted odds on PointsBet in the 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern hour. Yeah. So if you move that to Central Time, friends, that's 5 to 6 p.m. All right, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that's the PointsBet power hour. That's where it's 5
Absolutely.
o'clock. So if you want to download the PointsBet app, it's the best way to support CHGO. You can download the PointsBet app and get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from CHGO Locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free T-shirt from CHGO Locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we'll help you out. PointsBet's your home for live in-play betting, and it's just got even better. If you see an edge in the game you're watching, if your favorite team is primed for a comeback, don't just watch the game, bet along with it live. There's more live betting, more live markets, and faster live cash-outs with the PointsBet app. We are going to be betting on the Home Run Derby tonight on the PointsBet app. So what are you waiting for? It's time to elevate your live betting game. Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. All right, Cody. Was the Home Run Derby a big holiday in your household?
No, not really.
You didn't really care too much?
No.
Even Slam and Sammy?
Well, yeah,
hitting
when I was
nukes
a kid,
in Miller Park?
Listen, steroids were a beautiful thing, man. People don't like steroids. I love steroids. Steroids are the reason I became a baseball fan.
This is a pro gambling podcast. This is a pro steroids podcast. Yes. I mean, maybe
degeneracy here is just peak level.
Here's the thing. The issue was steroid abuse. What if we control the use of steroids?
Perhaps.
I'm just saying,
Perhaps.
Just get an extra 20 feet on these homers. Be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Go bust a couple windows on Ashland, Waveland, Sheffield, one of them.
Clark. Wouldn't be Ashland.
Addison.
That's foul ball, brother.
Which one's at left field?
Waveland.
Yeah. Break some windows on Waveland.
Yeah. Anyway, I like the Home Run Derby. I like it, but I don't love it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm honestly not really big into like the All-Star festivities for any sport, really. I mean, the NBA and MLB probably have the best ones. The Pro Bowl, it's surprising that that no one gives a shit about the Pro Bowl. But it's also because they always do it at the end of the year significantly all the players that people really like are out because a lot of them are going to the Super Bowl, right? But for baseball, I mean, I guess I will say I enjoy the Derby more than watching the All-Star game itself. There's nothing that gets me excited about the All-Star game, really.
If the Cubs were still contenders, would you be more interested in the All-Star game where you're actually playing for something?
No.
If Chris Bryant was in the outfield mic'd up by Joe Buck,
no.
Would you be interested?
I didn't even care about it last year. Like, I guess the only time I genuinely cared is when they had like the entire infield on the All-Star team in 2016, but that's only just because half the freaking NL roster was full of Cubs. So like, okay, yeah, I'll care a little bit more. But yeah. What about you?
I used to love it. I think it was probably my favorite event. And not
there's been
only
like memories that I have. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a great All-Star game or whatever. But
I used to love. This was probably my favorite 2 days of the baseball season when I was a kid because steroids. But also like I think my favorite performance of like the Home Run Derby was Bobby Abreu in 2006. That was sick. Bobby Abreu is a stud, and that guy wasn't on steroids, and that just shows you how sick that run was. And the best part too, once the Home Run Derby was done, which was like 4 hours, so like I used to be in my basement hitting home runs, like swinging a baseball bat and like a softball into my grandma's kitchen while watching the Home Run Derby. So I'd just be hitting homers for 4 hours, and then the celebrity softball game would come on, which was like late night television classic. Like, Mom, It is not a school night. I'm staying up and watching the Taco Bell celebrity softball game. Please don't bother me.
Taco Bell.
So I'm all down for All-Star Weekend, and I'm excited to talk about the Home Run Derby tonight. We're talking maybe it will be a 3-peat for Pete Alonso. Maybe Kyle Schwarber will become a folk hero in Philadelphia. I'm not sure. Let's look at the odds for tonight and see who is favored to win. Pete Alonso is favored to 3-peat. He is at the favorite at plus 195. Kyle Schwarber's the favorite, second favorite at plus 300. Juan Soto behind him at plus 600. Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 650. Jose Rodriguez, the young phenom from Seattle, is at plus 850. Julio, what did I say? Jose,
yeah.
Jose Abreu on the mind. Corey Seager is at plus 1,000. The LA kid comes back. And then Jose Ramirez is at plus 1,500. And Albert Pujols also coming back to LA. The old man, the legend, at plus 2,000. Cody, who do you like on there? Maybe just give me 3 names. Because we don't have to pick a winner yet. Okay. But give me 3 names that you like. What are the numbers?
Well, okay, so first off, I want to remind people that also in the boost section, you can get Pete Alonso at like plus 230. They boosted him to win the Derby at plus 230 on PointsBet.
There you go.
What other book can do that? I don't think any. I think that PointsBet. That's why PointsBet is elite of elite sports books. So obviously, I think you got to put Alonso up there, like as one of the 3. And then next, I'd go Schwarber. And then after those 2, it is kind of like a long shot for the rest of them. Like I'm fading Ronald Acuna because he's got to face Alonso in the first round. Mm-hmm. And I think Alonso's at least gonna give a nice run. You know what I mean? He's not going to go down easy.
They really screwed Acuna on this one.
Yeah.
They should have put Acuna against Seager and Rodriguez against Alonso.
And then
it goes by home runs in the regular season, though.
I don't care.
Okay.
And Soto has to go up against Ramirez, which I feel like that's pretty even. And then Schwarber's going up against Pujols in the first round. So as far as like a long shot after Schwarber or Alonso, I really like Julio Rodriguez, only because I watched a video of him hitting 37 bombs in a 4-minute span at his home park the other day. I saw it on the internet.
There you go. I mean, he's got an unreal amount of stamina. I mean, this kid's easily the best athlete in this one.
Youngest. Yeah.
Juan Soto has experience. Kyle Schwarber has experience. Pete Alonso has experience. I just think you're right. Acuna in the first round, that guy's dead to rights. There's no way that guy's winning. And you could bet on these specific matchups as well, which I think is a pretty nice
got him up
ability.
Here on the screen.
You can get Pete Alonso at minus 200 to beat Ronald Acuna Jr. I like that one. Corey Seager versus Julio Rodriguez. I'd easily take that one. I think that's a smart bet right there. Julio Rodriguez is favorite at minus 160 for that one. But Jose Ramirez at plus 155. Like, just watching that guy, he's got such an easy stroke. And, like, I don't know if he has the stamina, but Juan Soto kind of gassed himself last time he did this. And I don't know if he'll do that again. I think Julio Rodriguez might do that as well. I think he's a safe first-round bet, but him going up against Pete Alonso in the second round, I think he's screwed.
Yeah. That's why I have Rodriguez as like a long shot. But as far as a first-round matchup upset, I would probably take Ramirez over Soto. Like, there's no, like, if Albert Pujols, like, beats Kyle Schwarber, not only will I be miserable, but I'll also just be mind-blown because that just should not happen at this point in Albert Pujols' career. Alonso, I mean, the way that he is won, he literally looks like a machine out there. Mm-hmm. Just like he swings, the ball goes out, back, do it again. Just like, it's like watching a robot do it. So, like, it's hard to, like, not take him. It really is hard to not bet him to win it. But, yeah, I mean, as far as those matchups, I do like Ramirez as, like, the big upset there.
Does he bet righty or lefty tonight?
I think he bets lefty.
Okay. Does he get tired from the left hand and start switching to righty?
I'm not sure.
I
mean, Dodgers Park is pretty even, but I think it favors left-handed hitters more.
Okay.
So
I forget that he's a switch hitter.
He is. Albert Pujols, not a switch hitter. But even if he was hitting from the left-handed side or right-handed side, I think he has no chance against Kyle Schwarber. Let's look at your big three tonight because you got money. You're putting down some money here.
I have $35.
Oh, look at you. What are you rolling with?
All right. So the first two I feel like are my safe bets. All All right, and then like I said, my long shot is Julio Rodriguez to win the Derby. You can get plus 850. Like I feel like it's possible. But Pete Alonso over 38.5 homers last year. The dude hit 50 in the first 2 rounds. He had 74 total. All right, and then Julio Rodriguez over 27.5 homers. Again, going up against Corey Seager. Like you said about Soto, he might tire himself out, but if he can get like that first round, if he just goes off, and then he's going to add some in that second round. I mean, again, this is total for their entire for as long as they're in it.
So if he hits 17 and 11, you win.
Right. So I think that's how it works. At least that's how I'm reading it on PointsBet. So I think the one out of those 3 that I really like the most is just Alonso over the 38.5. At minus 110, that's really good value. And, like I said, Rodriguez is my long shot. I'd probably take Schwarber to win this at plus 300. Just because, like you said, you got the experience. And no one's ever won the Derby 3 times in a row. Maybe Schwarber Revenge Derby. I don't know. He should have beat Bryce Harper a few years ago.
He'd become a huge legend in Philadelphia. If he takes down the Mets guy going for a 3-peat in the home run derby, that guy is going to get beer poured on him in celebration by every Philadelphian.
Also, I don't think did Schwarber get on did he make the All-Star team?
Yeah, I think he did.
I didn't know if he was named a reserve or not. He should be on there because
I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
He's like the National League
leader in homers, right?
Yeah, leader in homers. There'd be no reason.
He's an All-Star.
Yeah, okay.
He's got 29 homers.
Yeah, I know. For some reason I felt like he didn't make it, and maybe I'm just thinking about when I saw the starters. Anyway, yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't think he's a starter, but yeah, I think he made
not
it.
a starter.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna roll with I think the smartest bets listening to us. Obviously, if you're gonna bet Pete Alonso, make sure you're boosting it.
Yeah,
you get plus 195 on the main one, but go to the booster odds on the main menu and you can get at plus 230 if you want Pete Alonso. Schwarber makes sense at plus 300, but looking at the bracket, I think it will be Schwarber versus Pete Alonso. So I think the best odds out there is just picking the exact matchup at plus 400, Schwarber versus Alonso. I think that makes sense. I think that's probably your best bet right there because I think there's no way Albert Pujols beats Kyle Schwarber, and I think Juan Soto probably gasses himself out again, and I think Ronald Acuna probably gasses himself out and isn't able to beat a very, very fresh Pete Alonso, and I think the same thing with Rodriguez. I don't think he's going to be able to keep track. So I think it's going to be Schwarber versus Alonso. So I'd ride plus 400 for that.
I think that's honestly what the people want to see.
Yes, the people do want to see that.
The people would love to see Schwarber versus Alonso in the finals. That would make it like a memorable home run derby, in my opinion.
I would also take under 18.5 homers for Pujols and under 28.5 homers for Seager. I think that makes sense. I think they're the other ones that I like. So
I kind of like the under on Acuna, too. His was like 23.5, I believe.
I could also see him hitting 24 and Pete hitting like 28 and just winning. I totally hear your point.
I also feel like it matters who goes first in that matchup, too.
I think it would have to be Acuna, right?
Maybe. I just feel I feel like if Acuna goes first, that's less pressure on him, more pressure on Alonso. That's how it always goes, right? Whoever goes first.
But in 2019, they had Alonso versus Acuna in the home run derby. Alonso went second and didn't even need his bonus time to beat him.
Oh.
So that's why I think if Alonso goes last, I think he's winning no matter what, just because he has that stamina, he has that power. He's got to at least make it to the finals, I
hope so.
So I'd at least pick him to get to the finals. But any other bets we like, Steven, Cody? No.
Home run props here you guys like?
Again, I like the under 18.5
really
for Pujols.
I like Cody's, the over on 27.5 for Julio. That's just pretty much banking on him making it to the second round. He makes it to the second round, he hits the over, and I feel pretty good about that.
Unless he's totally gassed.
You think the LA crowd's going to boo Corey Seager?
Oh, that was another thing I was thinking. That's a great point. I kind of think so.
I think they cheer really Pujols, boo Seager.
I mean, we're talking about Dodgers fans here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Dodgers fans are that toxic, though. Yankee fans are toxic. Red Sox fans are toxic.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dodger fans are toxic. I also don't know if it's going to be Dodger fans there or if it's just going to be a celebrity event.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe.
because it's all going to be LA. It's all going to be super expensive to get in there. I don't think no one might get booed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where can we bet? Points bet. Make a prop. Will Corey Seager get booed? And make it plus money, because that's what we like to bet.
I'll take the over on 0.5 booze there.
That's 0.5. Half a boo. A boo that registers on the broadcast.
As a boo.
That's going to do it for CHGO Bets Daily. We're going to be doing NFL futures again this week. We'll be doing some on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We got the All-Star game tomorrow, which we're excited to do some props around as well. So make sure you stay tuned to CHGO Bets Daily. Hopefully I could start winning money for you people soon. But Cody definitely keeping up the slack, picking up the slack, being at $35. And best of luck to you tonight. I hope Julio Rodriguez does well.
I got saved last night. I bet Jackson Holiday to go number 1 overall. I also bet Drew Jones. I took them both. I tweeted out that I was taking Drew Jones, but I also took Jackson Holiday too. And
did you end up winning money, or did you end up losing?
I won money.
Okay,
I won $10.
Hell yeah!
So I finished the weekend up thanks to that bet.
Why did you take Holiday?
Well, I just read up, and so the odds, the value on PointsBet didn't make any sense. Like, everyone thought that Tamar Johnson was going to go number 1 over. He was like minus 225, and then I was on MLB.com. They had Drew Jones ranked number 1 prospect, and then I listened to Jim Callis and a few of these other guys on the MLB Network, and they're like, Jones or Holiday going first overall. So I was like, all right, I'll sprinkle a little bit here, I'll sprinkle a little bit there.
There you go.
And it worked out. I got Jones at plus 400. Next thing I know, it's down to plus 180 after I tweet about it. Shout out to PointsBet. And then Holiday was at plus 500.
There you go.
So,
boom, making money. So you're listening to a betting genius. I mean, this guy
sometimes I know things.
Sometimes he knows things. Sometimes he gets things right, and that's why he's got $35 in his bank account. Woo! Anyways, we'll talk to you tomorrow when we are millionaires, I'm pretty sure, and we will be live, remote, on a boat, and we're very excited for that very, very special episode. So we'll talk to you tomorrow for the All-Star break. Again, I heard rumors that we'll be on a boat. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the Bets account at CHGO_Bets. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And thank you very much to Stephen Nicholas for producing us. We will see you tomorrow again when we're millionaires on a boat for the All-Star game. Thank you. Bye.